Village of Armada will now come to order. Will you all stand for pledge of allegiance? Flag, please. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Clerk, call roll, please.
Shaw?
Here.
Clark?
Here.
Conan?
Here.
Bullock?
Here.
Baylor?
Here.
Cooper? Here. Pelkey? Yes. Here.
Approval of the agenda. What's council's wishes?
Mr. President, I'll move that the agenda be approved as presented.
I'll second.
Moved and supported. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. At this time, we are opening up the floor to citizen comments. Anyone in the audience would like to address the council at this time? Yeah, we do have a letter from Doreen and Steve Pinsky that's in your packet there, two council members. And so if you would like to address the council, Mr. Pinsky, Ms. Pinsky, you can do that at this time.
Okay.
Just stand, state your name for the record, please.
Steve Pinsky. Doreen. My wife, Doreen Pinsky. We're here concerning the fence on the back of our property. We wrote a letter to the village asking for the fence to be either repaired or replaced. Preferably, we'd like to get the fence replaced. A taller fence, possibly a cyclone fence that would go across the back of our property. It's the village property is behind us, and the fence that they put up, I'm not sure exactly when it was put up. It was approximately 20 years ago, and it's fallen apart for people crossing over it. It's just a wooden fence. I do have a picture of it I put it on an email if I can.
I can pass around the ones that were printed off. I just didn't have the capability of printing off for everybody.
Somebody did take pictures?
Yeah, Ed did actually.
All right, great.
Yeah. Yeah, they're probably not the same as yours, but I'm sure they show the same.
Yes.
Same thing. Yeah.
Anyways, I'm sure that the old fence, the neighbor's fence, was there for many years. I don't know if the village put up the entire fence around the whole perimeter, but the fence in the back of our property has been down for years, and we had with the new subdivision that was put up back in the late 90s, mid to late 90s, we get a lot of foot traffic going through from the subdivision mainly, and the kids just walking back and forth from school, and they cut right through the village property, and it's just a concern of ours. We have had vandalism over the years where they damaged the back of our lattice on our deck for our pool. We've had beer bottles in the pool here and there, and things stolen, rafts stolen, stuff like that. Nothing major, but it's got to be a concern of ours, where we would like to address it and at least get the fence that's up there now repaired, and then possibly put up no trespassing signs or something. I don't know if that would be my concern, or if you would, the village would do it. But that's basically what I wanted to address. It just covers it.
This council members, some of you are familiar with it. It's the Dorothy Moss Park area, and it's 1 acre there, which used to be the old well site, and that's adjacent to their property. So that's what they're talking about.
You'll notice in the behind, I gave you the only reference that I could find to that fence in minutes from 02 and both were from 03. And it looks like it was something that the park department did. I don't know if they did it with ACTA money or if they did. Joe were here, she probably know. But it was, I don't know if it was done with ACTA money or park money at the time. I don't know if anybody who was on here remembers, but.
David, would you recall anything like that maybe?
No, I don't recall this. I can't believe that we paid to put the fence up unless it was
Donated money or something.
but I'm not saying we didn't, I just don't recall.
Yeah, well, the DPW did not. I know Ed said they did not put it up, but the only reference I get is from Kurt Curtis on the park committee. So, I don't know, I'm not sure where it came from.
Well, they did put it.
Yeah, right, somebody did, yeah. DPW did not though, but I don't know if maybe the park committee did it or if Kurt just got it done.
Is that something that maybe they had fence put in there?
It's from '03, it does not, there's no reference. There's nothing that's specific.
You're still building houses at that time?
I think they were looking at, weren't they looking at developing the park at that time?
It was discussed somewhat, yeah.
You know?
When Ross was around.
And there was a lot of people against it at the time. In that neighborhood. They didn't want it.
I know that there is a fence, the dilapidated fence, old, going across all the properties. I don't know if it goes completely around.
Does council have any suggestions?
We just put a fence at the park. Is that something that could be repurposed in that spot?
That is a 6-foot cyclone fence too, isn't it? You can move that way.
No, it was a split rail.
Was it split rail in there?
Right.
The one that was posted,
Yeah.
posted rail, wasn't split, it was round.
Was it like that?
It wasn't split rail like that, but it was a lot of wide open space, if that's what you mean. It's not a cyclone. It's very similar to that, but it's a round post and round, that came out of the park.
Maybe somebody can look at it.
Just I don't know, size or materials or anything else.
What is the length of your or what, the width of your lot? Is that about 70? 70 feet?
I believe it's 60, it could be 70.
No, there's
Somewhere
that
between
area.
60 and 70. The fence that they did put up isn't quite long. It's short, 30 to 36, I would say, about 36 feet, it looks like.
You estimate to be about 30 feet, so 36 feet?
I would say
you
36, I
Okay.
think it's 3 12-foot sections.
Okay. That's right.
Does council have any suggestions or you want to get another advisement or?
Have you ever thought about putting a fence up on your side of the property, or?
I guess if this doesn't get resolved, I would like to have it at least repaired for the time being, and down the road, possibly putting up a fence. But that's.
Is there a limit how high the fence can be?
Actually, our code enforcer is right here, so.
What do you want to go, 6 foot?
Maybe it's, yeah.
Privacy fence you could put up there with the council's approval.
Would it be like a wooden fence?
You go 6 foot. Okay. Well, could we go on the same line, or do we have to have it surveyed?
Well, we can look at, if you want, the council wants, I can look into it with them.
Sure. Why don't we let Dennis look into it, we'll bring back the next meeting and have an answer.
I can advise Michelle or Mark,
Okay, Dennis, why don't you do that then for us, okay?
Where's that fencing that we took out the park?
They said they were going to put it down.
So if you exchange phone numbers or whatever you want tonight, then Dennis can call if you're home, he can come over, so. Take a look at it, and maybe we'll get some kind of a resolution.
All right. Fair enough. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for coming in.
Yeah.
Anyone else in the audience would like to address the council at this time?
You know, you might pull out some of the drawings from that subdivision. I'm thinking maybe, yeah,
I think Fred's will.
because you don't have an approved expenditure to buy a fence, you know, I'm just,
Yeah, and we can, well, 2 weeks to look at it, so. Yeah.
There's no presentations tonight. Administrative reports, we have the building department report from our inspector. Treasurer's report, you have your bills, and I think Joe hasn't had a chance because of her husband being in hospital, getting out the full report from April end. She's going to have Becky start working on that also, and then Becky will do some of the other stuff too, that taxes are coming up too, to be out 1st of July, so Becky will be working on that the last week of June also, to help Joe out with that, so, because her husband is in dire need of her at the hospital.
The one that was prepared for April under Becky did do, I don't know how, if it was a partial or if it's the full, but there is one in your packet.
Yeah, okay.
We'll get it caught up.
Planning Commission,
no, just look at the minutes. We've done, worked on some property splits. Still working on the Duncan property out there. They'll be building. They have to make a couple adjustments to their plans. It should be.
South Fulton.
Yes.
Okay, general business, consent agenda, approval of the minutes of May 23rd, and the payment of bills.
Make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Support. Moved and supported. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Now to the old business, which would be East Main Street, Mr. Bowers' department.
Thank you, Mr. President. In the last couple of weeks, we've got the seed down where they had missed or they had lightning seeded it, also covered up with some straw. I know the straw really doesn't look too good, but that's how they, because they hold the seed down, when it rains, it cracks it down. And the manholes that were clunking on East Main Street have been repaired. So those are done. Our guys went out and did it because we were getting so many complaints. So that's it. So Ed and the guys went out and took care of it. So that's where we stand on East Main Street. We have not signed off on East Main Street as of yet.
Is there any kind of indication of, well, that
Nope, I
you're
have not.
looking at maybe?
Nope, because they extended us until the end of May. It is now June, so they should be coming up with their last checkpoints and et cetera like that. Go from there. We're waiting on them.
Good, thank you. New business, smart fund distribution. Papers are so good, hard to get apart.
I just made it, okay. I
I see that. I see that.
I can start though. It's funny.
Yes, so why don't you do that?
Every year, we have this come up, it's our municipal and community credits. Fred Barber is here. I mean, if you have any questions for him, you're welcome to ask, but this is what we do every year. So we turn them right over to Richmond Lennox, and they continue with the Smart Bus that comes out and helps our residents and the area's residents. So that's what it is. Same thing we do every year.
So we're talking about $1,710 and $34.54 in credit funds. What is the council's wishes?
I make a motion to allow the clerk to sign the municipal credit and community credit contract for fiscal year 2017 to distribute the municipal credit funds totaling $1,710 and the community credit funds totaling $3,454 directly to Richmond Lennox CMS.
Support. Moved and supported. Any further discussion? If not, we're going to have the clerk call roll, please.
Cooper?
Yes.
Baylor?
Yes.
Shaw?
Yes.
Elke? Clark?
Yeah.
Cronin?
Yes.
Wallach?
Yes. Motion carried.
Thank you.
Yeah. Took longer to drive here.
That's right. Don't you wish they were all that easy, Jeff?
Yes. On this topic, they often are, so that makes it nice.
That's good.
Have a good night.
Thank you.
At this time now, we're going to enter into a public hearing, which is to adopt a final project plan for the wastewater system improvements and designating an authorized project representative.
Are we good on time? You said what time?
We haven't entered into it yet.
No, haven't entered it yet.
Motion, are we supposed to actually put someone's name in there?
This will be a little bit later.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
I know, but
resolution,
I'm
yeah,
just-
there's a lot of things that need to be filled in the resolution.
You just need a motion now to open the public hearing.
Okay. I'll go ahead and make a motion, 7:17 to open the public hearing.
Support.
That was Cooper and Ballard.
Yeah. Moved and supported. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. So public hearing is to have the proposed project plan for improvements to the Armada, Village of Armada wastewater treatment facilities to be financed through a state revolving fund loan administered by the Michigan Department of Environmental Quality. This is something that our Treasurer Joe Adair has been working on, and also Steve Clark, our Commissioner. In fact, I have sat in on some of the meetings in the past, and we also had Mr. Ballard sit in some of the meetings, and I think Mike Shaw, wasn't you here for one of them or something?
I don't recall.
Okay. But anyhow, we did have quite a few meetings with Mike Parks and Karen Nichols with this. And so this is pertaining to the S2 grant. So in summary, I'm going to turn it over to our Commissioner, Steve Clark.
Speak loudly and clearly.
Okay. Well, we've gone into the public, we're in the public hearing now, correct? And is there anybody in the public here to discuss that, or? I think so, anyway. What has been happening, the sewer system, along with the plant and the lines are approaching 30 years old now. And just like any home or whatnot, you have things break down, things have to be updated. This is going to enable us to do work down at the sewer treatment plant itself and to rehabilitate some of the sewer lines to cut down on infiltration, so we're not treating basically rainwater down at the sewer plant. It'll just make things run a lot smoother. With that being said, we have Mike Parks here from Giffords. Mike, do you want to say a word about the plan?
Sure. My name is Mike Park. I'm with Giffords Webster Engineers, the consulting firm that performed the evaluation of the sewer system and the treatment plant under the S2 grant. So as you're all aware, there's an S2 grant that was applied for, the provided funds to hire an engineer and do video taking of all sewer systems, structural analysis of manholes, and also do evaluation of the treatment plant. All those findings were compiled, and then also from there prepared what's called a project plan. It's not right here, which is essentially that evaluation along with recommendations on what should or shouldn't be prepared, and also kind of acts as an application tool for the SRF loan for the state. So there was 40 manholes and I think 17 sewer lines that we found are in rated 4 and 5, so the two highest categories for critical conditions for structurally deficient, and those were eligible for funding under SRF, and those are in this project plan. And also there were some repairs required for the colonial pump station to bring it up to regulatory and safety requirements. And then the same with the treatment plant. There were some regulatory and safety deficiencies that recommended repairs, as long as, and also with some other items that felt would need repair to provide another 20-year lifespan on that treatment plant. All that's summarized in here with cost estimates. Cost estimates have a contingency on them. Of course, these aren't bids from a contractor, and it's not final design. That's the process still needs to go through. Prepared 2 alternatives in the in that project plan. The first alternative would be repairing the recommendations for the treatment plant and colonial pump station, all the repairs, and then also repairing the sewer lines and manholes with trenchless technology. So minimal dig up. There are some areas that had open cut and dug up because they're complete collapse or almost complete collapse. You can't get the line equipment through there. Or if you have more than 2 segment lines that go in, some of the repairs we can do by just not lining the whole pipe, it's just the segment that needs to be repaired. But if you got more than 2 of them in that line, you can't do this. You can't do segment repairs, so you got to do a full line. So all that's shown in here, and that was alternative 1, and that comes up to $2,175,280 for the engineering estimate. And that includes all the engineering, design, construction administration, all that.
How much was that?
$2,175,280.
280?
Yep. Hopefully I got that right. Okay, and then alternative 2, same repairs to the treatment plant and Colonial Street pump station, but it's an open cut repair, basically replacing all the pipes and manholes that have structural deficiencies, rather than the line. And that total cost estimate came in at $5,086,280. So those are the 2 alternatives that are up for approval by the council.
At this time, I'll make a motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
What time? 7:24. So Clark Conan?
Clark Conan, right. Moved and supported. Any further discussion? No further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Motion carried. To note too, we will accept any written comments on the proposed project. And that can be received by the village offices. We will open the floor up now for public comment. If there's anyone who would like to address council on this as such right at this moment. If not, okay. So there's no public comments at this time. I would ask for, well, we already have those, I'm sorry.
I'm going to open the floor up to the trustees for deliberations. Council.
So between alternative 1 and alternative 2, we make the motion as to which alternative we want, or do they make that once they get into the plan?
No, you
No,
don't.
you have to, we have to say so.
Okay.
The resolution is a standalone resolution. As you know, if you look at the resolution, the first be it resolved indicates the selected alternative is blank right now, so if we are going to adopt the resolution, we need to fill in which alternative we're seeking at a total cost of. So if it was option 1, we would fill in the blank to read selected alternative number 1 at a total cost of $2,175,280. If council opts for option 2, it would be alternative number 2 at a total cost, you should see total estimated cost of $5,086,280.
Well, with the grant, what percentage would the village be paid on that loan?
Well, Mike can clarify, but I think you're applying
For an
You're
estimate.
applying
Yeah,
for
you're
the full
taking out
amount.
the S2 grant. Now, the S2 grant only paid for this evaluation and preparation of project plan, which I think you guys paid 10% of it.
So now we're
So this is
requesting
a
of the
loan.
government.
SRF
This is a
loan.
loan.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's a loan.
it's a loan.
Yes, right.
Now, this is an estimated cost, so once you complete your final engineering and get your bids, you'll know the final cost. You get a loan for that amount, but it's just, like any loan, you don't have to pay back what you don't use. So if the bids come in under that, you're only paying back that certain amount. You're not required to use all those.
And I think what Joe was saying all along, which, you'll know, is that it's not like you're gonna take the whole, you're not gonna use like 2 million at one time. You're gonna try to use, a little bit here and a little bit there. It'll still be out there, but it won't be like you'll have all that 2 million out at once. I think
Is
that's
it
what she explained
gonna
it.
require an increase of the sewer bill?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
So we incur all that cost, there's no available money from the government at all?
Shouldn't we get some kind of detailed presentation on the difference of these two
Well,
proposals?
if you want to thumb through that book, which has been available
Yeah.
to anybody to
The month.
take it home
More
and
than
take a
month.
look at, that gives you details of how things are going to be done. I do have one question for you, Karen. Does the DEQ have priorities that they want to see done first? Like certain items they want to see taken care of first before you move on to some of the other things? No? Okay.
No, it is up to the local community
Okay.
to make your priorities of what you want it to undertake.
I mean, with alternative 1, are we hitting the things that we need to have done?
Yeah, we are. Because that will include, both of these, alternate 1 and 2, take care of the improvements down at the wastewater treatment plant, which need to be done. As you guys seen some of the stuff we had to do
Right.
the compressor, we had to do test equipment. Stuff is wearing out. So that stuff would be done in either one of these, and my feeling is if we don't have to dig things up and disrupt things and wreck roads, alternate 1 would be the way to go, because we have done some work with this stuff before, Citriform we use,
Yeah, we did.
with the main sewer line that ran through the creek bed. What's that been, 10, 15 years ago? And it does work. It's amazing how well that stuff works, unless you have a complete blockage, like Mike had said, then you have to go in and, open cut some stuff. But for the most part, they can lay this liner in there and take care of a lot of the problems, and we will gain many more years out of those pipes versus having to dig things up and have the road tore up.
What is the term on the loan?
What's the matter?
What's the term? Like 20 years, 30 years, 10 years? For
I think under
repayment?
20 years.
Seems like usually they're 20.
20 years?
20 years.
With a
The
balloon
other-
at the end or no? Okay. when does that start? When does the repayment start? Immediate, like the month after we take the first draw, or is it when everything's completed? Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's
question.
I should know this. Interest payments start once the loan is executed. Principal payments start when the loan is closed out. When the administrator completes the loan.
Okay, so it's interest-only payments while the program's going, and once the program's done, then it's principal
The
and
construction
interest.
loan, yeah.
What is the interest rate?
2.5%.
2.5.
So Steve, you might know, do we have a projected cost where the rate increase would be?
It was in the public hearing notice. It's estimated to be about 0.003 per gallon, because since our water bills are by usage, some people only have $80 water bills, other people have $700, $800 water bills. So we broke it down to a per usage amount because that is the most accurate way to do it,
Right.
But what I put in the public hearing was, it could equate to $50 per quarter for an average bill, which is estimated to be $350, but it's completely determined by the homeowner's usage. When Karen and I went back and forth a lot about how to word this bill, if you tell somebody that's only paying an $80 bill, hey, your increase is going to be $50 a quarter, that's not fair, because that's not an accurate interpretation of what we're doing. It's based on usage. Right. So it works out with that equation, it works out to be 0.003 per gallon. But that's, it's based entirely on your usage. So.
Is this just for repairing that down at the sewer plant, or sewer pipes throughout the village?
It's both, the plant and the system.
How much in the village? I mean, is there like half of the pipes that need to be relined, or 20%? Is there a number?
Mike, can you sort of
It's pretty
touch
low,
on
yeah,
that?
so I can get the number.
Just curious, because I'm just curious, long term, are we gonna need more?
Pipe segments. I'm trying to remember the feet of that.
Some of the stuff I was reading that, as far as sewer pipes, excluding the subdivision, the last ones were put in the 60s.
Oh.
So they've been in for a long time.
Yeah.
The plant is approaching 30 years old.
Right.
The plant before that was about 32. It was built in 57, the original plant. And then the new plant was in 89.
Basically, you found that through the TV, when they TV'd through the area.
Yeah.
So, in the next 20 years, how many of those other pipes could go down too? We might have to address that. Other pipes?
Possibly, but I think we're safe for quite a while back in the subdivision. They were the newer pipes and such.
Did we do some sewer on Main Street also? Back when that was water, we did not hear.
That's true.
But we had the switch form go through on Main Street, West Main Street, I believe.
Fulton Street?
And Fulton Street's new.
You had some work done at North Fulton.
Yeah, well, that was new.
Right.
That was new. South Fulton was new, so basically you're talking probably 5 to 7 streets within the village that are gonna have to be redone.
Yeah.
That's with that liner?
Yeah.
So you got 27,000 foot of pipe. Okay. In 92, you repaired 6,400 feet of that. And you get the total number of feet on what we're doing. Sorry, I don't have this memorized yet.
No, really?
So the report identified 6,500 feet of pipe in need of repair, but not all that was eligible.
Mike Stirrup put his blood, sweat, and tears into this. At the beginning.
I'm looking at the cost. It's substantial. I'm not sure if we have the money to do it. I mean, interest only on 1 million is 25,000 a year. That's interest only, that's not repaying the principal back.
That's passed on. Wouldn't you pass that on to sewer bills?
Right, but I'm just saying, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
What's the
But I
cost
think,
of
I
doing
think we
nothing?
had to, I think we were kind of forced to do this, if I'm not mistaken. That's why
Well,
Mike was
if you
so
wait,
on it.
things are only gonna cost
Get worse.
Or,
Right.
and they're gonna,
And-
it's going to be more.
And you might be in a bind where all of a sudden some line collapses or something, and then you've got sewer backups,
And
and
that's
you've
all
got.
on you.
Well, we've seen recently the effects on communities that have ignored their problems.
Right.
Right.
You know, I mean, put your
Well,
head in the
it's easy to
sand.
ignore when it's
doesn't
under the
help.
ground and you don't see it,
Yeah.
as long as things are working.
And like, as Karen, we both did, you don't have to do it all at once.
Right.
You know, it's
How long
there.
do we have to do it?
The project plans are good for 5 years.
5 years? Can we
So-
file for an extension after that too?
No, you have to go for your brand new project plan, is what the program is.
Okay.
But it is good for 5 years. You don't have to, just because you're going to, if you choose to, like, select one of the alternatives, just because you're not locked into that number, if you have a priority of what you would like to take, what would you like you to do, you can always make smaller projects, which is, which will be benefiting the village, but also meeting your requirement of the S2 grant, because one of the requirements for the S2 grant is to do a project.
Right.
So, if you want to break them up, every,
1 a year, 5 years or something?
something like that. Now, there's a risk to that. I'll be honest with you. There's going to be a risk because every year the project plans get, there's a calculation, they get a certain number of points. You fall into the fundable range or not. And if you're not in the fundable range, you won't get any money for that particular year. So just be cautious, because I'm not sure how they're going to break that out. I've had a community that came in with a kind of a kitchen sink, I call it, the plan. They had their wish list. And then they wanted to slice, they wanted to pick one project out, where that project had to be evaluated individually from everything else, which dropped their point score. So, just some things to think about. Just because this project plan came in at, let's say, $2.1 million, you don't have to do that all at once. It's whatever's the best for the village.
Just to give you an idea, the rating system that we do on the pipes, if it's rated 4 or 5, critical and high, that means basically you're going to fail in the next 5 years. And you know what that means? That means backing up in the basements.
Right.
So I don't want to create a doom
Right.
feeling there, but there is some risk to not doing the project as well. Same with the treatment plant. So there's some safety issues there with ventilation systems, lighting, electrical issues that you really want to really seriously consider looking at priorities that worker safety and all that stuff.
Fix it before it
It's
fails.
all, but yeah.
So these things that Munson's been talking about, Chris,
Right.
those
We've
are all
got,
under here?
as far as the alarm system, we've gone out now and gotten 3 quotes, and we're close to, we'll be taking care of that part of it, because it is a safety issue.
Would that qualify under the S2 or no, that's separate? That's through the
It'd be,
maintenance?
if we pay for it, it's, it needs to get done now.
Right.
And with the S2, it's gonna take, there's more added time and such, so we
If you-
felt that
if you
it's a
accomplish
priority
those
because it is a
projects
safety
beforehand,
issue.
You don't have to pay for them under the law. If you've already done them, then
Yeah, it would be something
Yeah, it's
taken
just
off.
something taken off the list.
Right, okay. Thank you for answering my questions.
So I have a copy of the text that we would add to our resolution so that when it's sent in, it's complete. And if you look at your resolution, the first, be it resolved, it would read, be it resolved that the Village of Armada formally adopts said project plan and agrees to implement the selected alternative number 1 at a total estimated cost of $2,175,000. I'm sorry, $2,175,280. So that will fill in the blank.
It's 75, not 87?
75.
Okay.
Okay, and then with that made, then the suggested action to adopt that resolution is move to adopt the resolution adopting the final project plan for wastewater system improvements, implementing alternative number 1 at a total estimated cost of $2,175,280 and designating, I'm assuming Steve Clark will fill in here, designating Steve Clark as authorized project representative. So I can hand that. So did everybody get the resolution change with alternative number 1? Okay, so I don't know if someone wants to make a motion.
I'll do that.
Do you want to make the motion putting yourself on?
No.
You can do that, Steve, it's fine. It's fine. You can.
I move to adopt the resolution adopting the final project plan for wastewater system improvements, implementing alternate number 1 at a total estimated cost of $2,175,280.
And
And designating myself, Steve Clark, as authorized project representative.
Support.
Moved and supported. Any further discussion?
I did have one question. Is it Karen? I'm sorry. So even if we, again, choose the estimated total cost of $2,175,280, that doesn't mean that, again, we have to implement the project plan in total at that amount. It just approves our project, gets it submitted for approval of the project plan, and then we can piecemeal it at a later date.
That is correct. That number is not a binding commitment.
Thank you.
All right, anything further as far as discussion? If not, I'm going to have the clerk call roll, please. This is money.
Clark?
Yes.
Ballard?
Yes.
Bullock?
Yes.
Conan?
Yes.
Shaw?
Yes.
Cooper?
Yes.
Belkey?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you guys for coming out.
Oh, thanks. I think I got that, but I'll take those. And Karen and Mike, I can just email you this tomorrow, is that okay? No, I gotta sign it. Just email it to him, or don't you need it?
Actually, I know he sent me a project plan, but it usually comes in with the final project plan. And then transcript. So once the transcript is done, then send back the whole project plan. I mean,
Okay.
or have another conversation. Usually you get a final project plan with everything in it.
Okay. I'll make sure that he gets it because then he'll get it to you. So, okay. Thanks for coming
so
down,
much.
Karen.
Thank you.
Thank you, Karen.
Drive safely.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next is C, added travel and installation expenses for the BSA application upgrades for utility and building. What is the council's wishes?
No. Can I explain it?
Yeah, why don't you do that?
What do you
I
want
was
to
wishing they would say that first.
At our previous meeting, we approved, you guys approved for the BSNA upgrades. When we got into it, they sent us added costs because they are saying that they have to come and install it, and there's mandatory training. So,
Well, no, we already have these.
we do, and it's been, believe me, Becky has been back and forth with them, but they will come out here and train us for a full day. So, because that's what we're paying.
On each program.
Yep, on each
So
program.
2 days.
They'll come at different times because of course one person does not do both. This has been, but we can't, we have to do the upgrade because they don't support our systems anymore, so they kind of got you. but we're going to have them come out and do the training and do the install. One is more than the other, obviously. The utility building is a lot cheaper than the building department, but it is what it is. They will not install it unless we take the training.
Did you ask them if there's any other hidden fees that we need to know about?
We
before
did,
do this?
yeah, we did.
Okay, I'm sure you did.
Oh, yes, we did.
But
Okay.
some
Yep.
ways to help each other out.
So,
I'll make a motion to approve the cost for training and travel for the BSNA utility building upgrade for a cost not to exceed $970 and for a building upgrade for a cost not to exceed $970.
Support.
moved and supported.
Because we did a prior not to exceed amount, this is another one, Jeff, that's all we need, that?
Sorry.
Well, I put in here because it's for training and installation, so
It
it's
is
different than the
different.
purchase,
Okay.
so
All right.
I think we're good.
All in favor?
No.
Opposed? Thank
Yeah.
you.
Cooper?
Yes.
Ballard?
Yes.
Bullock? Conan? Clark?
Yes.
Shaw?
Yes.
Duff?
I guess you're not
Yes.
president.
Motion carried.
He's retiring.
Village office, copier replacement. Michelle, you're
Well,
again.
here it is again. Oddly enough, after you guys approved me to go look, a copier salesman stopped in my office, so.
Thanks, you.
And he ended up giving us the best price I could get. I did call, he gave us mitten pricing. I did call down to the county for the My Deal stuff. Neither contact called me back. I left a message and neither of them called me back, so apparently they didn't want to give me a quote, so I don't have anything from them. It's the same type of machine that the township has. Our prices are comparable to theirs, so I know, and he gave us mitten pricing. So what we're looking to do is to purchase rather than lease, but we're going to try the maintenance contract because it's based on how many copies you make, and this is a copier, scanner, printer, which means we can get rid of our printer, our other things. So we're down to one machine.
Yeah. That was right there early 90s, but
yeah. And so you know, I think it's our the best way to go. I can't make somebody give me a price or a cost if they're not willing to.
Does it do duplex? I didn't see that on here.
I don't think so. We're also going with black and white because quite frankly, colored cartridges are too expensive.
Oh, great.
And Becky and Joe both have desktop color. If we need something in color, we can do it. I'd rather just stick with black and white for the general office use because it's less expensive.
So you don't think it does duplex?
I don't know. I
didn't see it on the list.
If it's not on the list, then I will assume no. But I don't know that that's anything that we're missing right now. So.
In other words, we do not have to continue at a maintenance contract after so long either.
Yeah, the maintenance contract I think is a 3-year maintenance contract, and we're going to see how it works for us because what they do is that I think that replaces your toner and your stuff. And if we see that we're not using the amount they're giving us in that time, which he told us if we're not using, because $36 a month, I believe, covers 4,000 copies a month or whatever it works out to be. If we find we're not even using that, then we'll have this maintenance contract to get our supplies for the equipment. But if we decide after this that it's not worth having, then we just won't have it.
What is your contract?
I think the maintenance contract is 3.
3 years?
I believe so.
And you can't get out of it?
I don't know that. I don't know that. But when you're buying toner and you're buying,
Right.
and when it's going to be everything,
Right.
the printer, the copier, when it's going to be everything, we're going to be using a lot more copies. Yeah, we don't know. We know on our regular copier about how many we do, but when you start doing all the stuff we print off, that's enough. And faxes too, I believe it's faxes also. So there's costs in there that are things that we don't I can't account for.
Sure.
So
Did I hear you right when you said you're going to be getting rid of some of the printer, like
I believe so. We gotta see how everything works, you know, little.
Just not the color ones.
Right, we're just not gonna, yeah, well, those I think we're gonna keep. One's Joe's and one's on Becky's desk for the color. If you have color on a machine that everybody uses, you're gonna go through color copy and, you know, color cartridges like crazy. So for me, it just makes more sense to keep that one black and white. That's all. I think it'd be less expensive, so.
We've gotten along perfectly fine.
We have.
Black and white.
We have, yes. And like I said, if we really need a color copy, I have the ability to do so.
Michelle, who provide, so the maintenance, does that cover like if you guys have a breakdown?
Yes. Yep.
And that's provided by Applied Imaging?
Yes, I believe so. His timing was just impeccable, because I think he came in like 2 days after our meeting, and I thought, odd that you just walked in here, because yes, we are looking for a copier.
Okay, what is the council?
I move to approve the purchase of the Ricoh MP2554 copier from Applied Imaging at a cost not to exceed $2,981, and to approve the maintenance contract at a cost not to exceed $36 a month. Support.
Is that you, Mike?
Yes, Joe.
When it's somebody out different, I don't know who's saying it. It's not Cooper or Ballard.
Moved and supported. Any further discussion? If not, call the roll, please.
Clark, or Conan,
Yes.
Shaw,
Yes.
Belkey,
Yes.
Cooper,
Yes.
Ballard,
Yes.
Wallach,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Motion carried.
and we should have, I think he said his turnaround was 2 days. Should have it pretty quick.
3, adopt employee contribution for insurance. Michelle, this is apparently yours.
Yeah, I guess so. Used to be every year, we would have to set the employee either the hard cap or the 80/20 for the insurance. And I'm trying to think of what program that was for. It was something, there were 3 things. We had to do a dashboard, we had to do that, and then we had to do something else. A while ago, I sound like an idiot because I can't think of what the program was. They told us, you remember the dashboard that you had to do and all that stuff? 2 of the things got knocked out that we had to give to the state, one of which was this and the other thing. So I quit having you guys approve the 80/20. The auditors were just here, the auditors said, no, you need to do that every year. And I need to do it when the insurance comes due. So it should have been done in February, so I'm just doing this now because I was unaware that we had to do that. So that's why it's being brought to you now. It'll be brought back to you next February.
The other thing was trying to find joint ventures.
Yes, that was your thing, yeah. This was mine, you had something, Joe had something.
Mr. President, I'll resolve to comply with Public Act 152 of 2011 by continuing the 80/20 option for the village's contribution to the cost of employee health insurance effective February 28th, 2017.
A second.
Can I?
Oh, that's not right.
Sorry, can I
The
say?
date is wrong.
Yeah, I was gonna
The
say.
date is wrong.
2016.
Yeah,
I was gonna
2016,
say
sorry.
2016.
As soon as you read that out loud, that did not make sense.
2016, I will change it.
I'll second.
Okay, moved and supported. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. The next is the appointment of Michael Patrick as emergency manager liaison. Our new chief. What is the council's wishes?
I make a motion to appoint Michael Patrick as the emergency manager liaison for the village of Armada in Macomb County.
Support. Moved and supported. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. We're going to be entering into policy. First of all, I better back up here. Up and coming agenda items, is there any council wishes to announce?
Or the employee agreement.
Yeah, we're gonna bring back one agreement, it just needs a small update to it.
Need to add the gas meters, alarms down at the sewer plant.
Gas meter alarms?
Yes.
Anything else? If not, at this time also, we open the floor back up to citizens' comment. Anyone address the council at this time? If not, council comments.
I wanted to say that the concerts are starting this week on Wednesday. We have a high school chorale group. There's been some work going on at the park. We painted the pavilion and we took the fence out, put some parking blocks down. So it's a little clearer now where we expect people to park. We have 18 sponsors, so that's good for us. They are, I'm going to read them off, the Armada Fair, Armada Health Mart, Consumers Energy, CSB Bank, Delecki Welding, Duncan Insurance, Family First Armada, Dr. Grunwald the Dentist, KO Studios, Kraus Veterinary Clinic, Licks Ice Cream, Main Street Chiropractic, Mobile Express, Papa's Family Restaurant, they're new this year, Royal Professional Services, thank you very much, South End Car Wash, and Tiffany House Modettes, and the Village Rehab and Care Community. So thanks to all those businesses who wanted to be a part of it, and let them know when you're out and about town that you saw them at the park.
Awesome.
Thank you.
I also took Chief Michael Patrick around to the schools the other day to introduce him to all the administrators and the secretaries so they knew that there'd be a new face if they were to call, because generally if there's going to be a call during the school day, it'll be during his shift typically. In doing so, they all mentioned to me they did not know that there was even a new fire chief. So if someone knows someone at the township that can put a little bug in his ear to let him know he may want to go around and do that, that would be good. But the administrators in the school liked putting the face with the name and all that kind of stuff. So they'll be going over their disaster plans with him in the beginning of the year for each of the individual buildings so that they can all get all their I's dotted and T's crossed in case something were to happen.
Thank you, Sherry.
Let's hope it doesn't.
Yes.
Community events at this time?
That's what's in the park, as she said. Everybody go.
Okay,
It's a
we got it.
great Wednesday night. It's so
Okay.
good.
We're going to go into an executive session too tonight. And are we going to make a...
I have no idea. You got to have your executive session. I don't have one prepared.
Would you like me to make a motion to go into executive
Well, we
session?
need a motion for that first, yes.
I'll make a motion to go into executive session. The time is 7:58 after a 1-minute recess.
We should probably state the purpose, just so the public knows.
The purpose is to consider the purchase or lease of real property up to the time an option to purchase or lease that real property is obtained.
Thank you.
I'll support.
You're doing that at 1 minute?
Mm-hmm.
Chris is gonna-
Yeah. Ballard.
Okay.
All in favor?
No, I do roll.
All right.
Cooper,
Yes.
Ballard,
Yes.
Shaw,
Yes.
Conan,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Belkey, yes, Wallach.
Yes. We're not spending no money on it.
They make us do that.
Michelle, this has to go off.
Yes. And we will.
Okay, we're live.
Kentucky said they won't do it.
Okay, ready?
Okay, we're back into the regular session, and we are going to be adjourned.
The time is 8:37. I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
Support.
Aye.
Moved and supported. All in favor?
Aye.
Let me pound again.
Yeah.